Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crypt Monkey Paints, where I am painting Thane tonight. He needs kisses. He loves cuddles. He's a very cuddly guy. Uh, his axe is very cuddly too. Really cool. It has a total put this like a horse head. I love this axe. It's super awesome. But anyway, I'm painting this, and it's from Artisan's Guild, and you can find them on My Mini Factory. I believe they also have a Patreon. Almost positive they have a Patreon. Yes, got links, information right there. But this was a test print to see if we want to pick them up as a sculptor. Currently, we do not have a merchant tier with them yet. That's looking pretty good. We're gonna soon because the horsey head. I love it. I keep getting off center. So, it's super awesome. I'm super happy. Oh, and head is completely finished and dried. And look, I can tilt him and his water doesn't pour out. And I added the little white caps to his water base and everything. So Ted says hi. Still sitting here lovingly watching me paint. Good boy. But anyway, so I have his base, I have him, and I have his weapon. So let's start. I got a lot to paint. And we already have a barky puppy. And Beardman Cam will be not in existence tonight. Ty is abandoning me. No, he's not feeling well, so he is got me set up and running, and I have buttons that I can push. I'm probably not going to push any of those buttons. Hi, Rock Fan. Unfortunately, like I guess I sit low. Yeah, I sit lower, so it's fine. My camera, this one right here, is like almost right at the right height for me not to be able to see the top couple of messages. But that's only when I'm sitting up and looking at the camera. When I actually go down to paint, it's fine. So we have loads, and Beardman Cam is going to leave me and check back up on us when we are finished. But for right now, there are so many details on this guy. I'm like failing miserably at putting him in the camera. He's got these little I don't even know what to call them, the little medallions that hang off of him in a couple of different places. He's got little pieces of seaweed, that's the word, seaweed, that's hanging off of him. He's literally standing on a piece of a boat, and he sits on his base like that. I think is super cool. I went ahead and base coated him all in brown because he's water. He's obviously been, well, I mean, he's named the Drowned, so it's obviously going to be water. So I want everything to kind of have a murky tone to it. So I base coated everything in brown, and then I put some like glowy blue for the water, and I let it like kind of come up the sides so that we kind of have a glow effect happening already. And we will play more with that if we get to it. It's, thanks, Rock Fan. It's basically lack of sleep. There's been some long nights of staying, working, and then, like, you know how you get ready, kind of winding down, and you start to get sleepy, and you're like, okay, cool, I'll just do one more thing, and then I can go to sleep. And then you do that one more thing, and then it wakes you up. He struggles with actually going back to sleep at that point. If he's awake, he's awake, and that's it, and he's not getting sleep. So, and it's usually, it goes like that for a couple of days, and then he crashes really hard, and it's all fine. But today is that I'm crashing really hard day. So, and during world building, we definitely need him here. But when we're painting, all he really does when I'm painting is keep everybody not acting like a 2-year-old. But since he's not going to be here, we can have poop discussions all night long. It's fine. So that's that. I'm kind of like half dry brushing not really dry brushing because I definitely have more on my brush than I would. But I don't really want to get down in the knuckles, between the knuckles, I mean. Because I like the brown in there. Makes him look old. But I want to get his hands done. Figured it was a good place to kind of test if I liked this method of getting the white on rather than painting it fully white, or if I wanted it more white before I went onto his face. Weird. I don't know, what do you think? Should we do a black beard, a gray beard, a white beard? Can't decide what beard color he should. Barky McBarkerson dog. But he's about to be really happy because Daddy's gonna come and hang out with him. He's next to his dad, then everything is right with the world. I know you guys can't hear the dog barking. He's not really barking either. He's a yappy little. He's a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix. Imagine it. It's pretty yappy. Nice little bony hands. And that's another nice thing about Artisan Guild. They do these ball joints rather than pegs, which I like pegs because it's a nice secure fit. But when it comes to putting like arms and stuff like that on, with a ball joint, it gives me a lot of freedom. Now, since this is a two-handed weapon, my freedom kind of is that rotation. But if you can imagine this was a one-handed weapon, my freedom goes from there all the way to, wrists don't bend that way. I really could position this weapon anywhere, any place I wanted it without really having to do a whole lot just because ball joint. But because he stands on his base like that, so we're really going to be looking kind of down at it a lot. I like this weapon. I'll probably position it a little higher like that. I like that idea of doing a salt and pepper kind of look on his beard. That's kind of fun. Appropriate, because, he's old. Looking through all their kind of different models, they do have a tendency to do these runes. See them all over him. I say runes, but they're not really runes. They're just decoration. I don't know what to call it. Like on here, I would call it a rune, but the rest of him, maybe it's just swirly curlicues. But I do like it quite a bit. It's a very nice aesthetic. They have one full release that I'm really looking at, like I really, really like. It was really kind of cool because I should do the black before I try to do the white highlights. It has I don't want to say chariot because it's not a Roman chariot, but it's a fancy cart with a woman standing on it and being pulled by 3 of her minions. It was really cool looking. Definitely one of those, like, yep, I want to paint that. I ran out of white. Shit. Hi, Golden. Oh, that one got me. I've got my phone right here so that I can kind of try to make sure I'm reading a little more carefully because Ty's not going to be with us most of the night tonight. But the phone's a little bit, it's kind of like more in my line of sight. As a matter of fact, I'm going to move it. It's not. That way, it's like I can actually see right there. And I'll catch more chat as it goes by. Then I have to remember to make sure that I'm actually on screen. Which that's what my X is for, right here. I made that X when my camera was down in front of me. And now my X is no longer exactly in the right place for me. But that's okay. I'll redo it eventually. I have like a random... He does not like to stand up. I have a random extra little thread there. That's what I was saying, Golden. It's like as soon as Ty's gone, we all have, poop jokes all night long. He needs to crash is basically what it is. But it's fine. We can act like 2-year-olds, which is really funny considering that in real life, like I'm not sitting here in real life, in reality, Ty's the one that's always acting like the 2-year-old, and I'm always yelling at everyone to behave. But on stream, we all behave when he's around, and act like dumbasses when he's not. See, even though the X is not in the right spot, at least I do know to watch out for it. Because I can still see it out of my, whatever. I'm done talking. 5 minutes into stream and I'm already... Yeah, it kind of is golden. Oh, I forget. I forget that, Rockfan, you can't see Golden's chat, can you? Ty's the one that does so well about reading everything out loud, and I always just forget and respond. Basically, he's just saying what I was saying of we act like adults when Ty's around and not when he's not around. Thank you, Golden. That's what I was saying a minute ago is because he's called the Drowned, I wanted to take everything to a water look. I mean, he's even got like seaweed right here on him in a couple of different places. And right here he's got like barnacles. Another little skull right there. Excuse me. So I base coated everything in brown, and then I took a really bright greenish blue and put that highlight on there because I wanted to give it a kind of a glowy effect. Oh, talking is work. The reality of my life, though, is if I didn't stream, I could go for days without speaking to anybody. Because everything I do is electronic. I'm talking to customers on a daily basis, but it's all typing, not speaking. And after a lot of years of married to Ty, we can pretty much just work without speaking because he knows what I need him to do. He knows, and I know what he needs me to do. Oh, can't remember. I don't remember how long we've been married. Yeah, he's got like seaweed and barnacles all over him. Pretty fun. Not going to leave the seaweed green, but I'm just hitting it with the white right now since I've got it on my brush so that I remember to, or that I can find it more easily. He kind of has, it's a little weird because he has definite bone structure. You know, you can see the skull and the horns and everything. But then his legs are not really bone, they're muscle and sinew. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting the white on these areas and then using my quick the speed paints to kind of do a muscle tone reddish brown sort of look to his legs. His arms, his joints are definitely bone, but it's almost like a combination of bone and muscle. Weird. Don't really know what to make of that. So we'll put some white on it and we'll move on. Move past it. Golden says, oh, I wanted to ask, is there a way to get a better update on the order than the Etsy track package thing? It's been acting really weird and I haven't gotten the package yet and I wanted to try to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. So basically we have our normal mail person who is amazing and I love her and she does everything exactly like she's supposed to do. And then we have her sub when she's out of the office. And he doesn't do anything he's supposed to do, including scan the packages. So basically, when they get to the post office, he's supposed to have already scanned them. So they don't scan them because they think they're already scanned. So then they stay like just showing as pre-transit and then they're out for delivery because like something weird with their system. If you miss the beginning scan, then it like never updates correctly. One thing that I have found that I can see is, or that I've seen kind of help work, is if you click the link and you go to the actual USPS website, you can set up alerts. Like you can get emailed alerts or text message alerts. And it seems like I'll have like no updates on a package and then I will set up to get alerts and then all of a sudden all kind of, it went from no tracking available to 2 hours later, I can see all the history. It's like, would you ignore me until I was paying attention to it? So beyond going to I keep grabbing the wrong bottle. Going to the USPS website and tracking it that way. And then, like I said, setting up alerts. And then sometimes it starts working. Other than that, no. Unfortunately. And I guess the kind of annoying thing is there's really not, like, even switching to FedEx or UPS, which that one caught my breath. I didn't jump, but that one caught my breath. Thank you, Creep Show. Yeah, it honestly, I'll look at it when I'm done streaming. Ghosty, I couldn't tell you without looking myself. I would have thought you would already gotten it. So it is a little bit weird. But I'll take a look and see if I can figure out what's going on. as well. Or what I was saying was like Etsy doesn't even allow me to make UPS labels through their system. I have to make them through UPS's website and then come back and enter the tracking information in after I make them. So it's actually pretty big pain in the ass to use UPS. And FedEx is definitely much more expensive. And their tracking is not really any better. There's like, I had one customer who wanted, specifically asked me to use FedEx, and I mean, I'm fine with that. But it was really ridiculous because FedEx at a certain point handed it off to the post office to deliver it. Well, what the hell was the point of that? Anyway, I'm going to stop bitching about shipping because that would be the entire stream. I did break. There was supposed to be a sword right there. But when I was taking off the supports, I snapped that off. But I would just clipped it down nice and even. Can't even tell that it's supposed to be there. Except if you look at the main picture beneath me, you can see that it's kind of like, it was the coolest looking sword. It was like this big broadsword looking thing. So I'm a little upset that I don't have that, but it's okay. Otherwise, I mean, beyond and honestly, the breaking of the one sword, that's just typical things that happen, especially with a new model that I'm not sure what's support and what's model. About the third time you print it, you're like, yep, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that is. But until then, you just kind of, sometimes the supports are so heavy that it's hard to even see the model through the supports. See, this all looks like muscle tone in here as well, rather than bone. And then he's got, very clearly got a hip bone coming around. So it's odd that it's like a mixture of bone and sinew. Sorry, I'm reading. Oh, did the files tell you the sizing? We were talking about how yes. So no, not really. It definitely is going to be a little bit more work. I am really happy with the print. I'm trying to figure out if that is a kneecap or armor. I'm going to decide it's a kneecap. I they didn't have any specific sizings, so I think at one point as I was reading around their different files, I think one of them said something like this one counts as a large creature, which that is enough for me. I know what a large creature size is. But I don't remember there was something that I saw that I was like, oh, okay, that would be helpful. And now I'm struggling to remember what it was, to be honest. Because that was last week. It's not this week. Hell, if it was yesterday, I would have lost it already anyway. But it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, it may not be like the most friendly, and I may have to look and see what, take a little bit of time to figure out what sizing is on everything. But if the models are good and the models print well and consistently print well, then there's the trade-off, you know? Because it means there's a little bit more time up front to get them posted on Etsy, but after that, then it's just a matter of relisting them. So, and relisting them is literally click a button and, you know, add more to stock, and that's it. Which I know it seems a little bit weird to have like a stock with something that like I literally print these as they're ordered. So it's not like I have a bunch of these sitting around just waiting to be ordered. Some I do have printed out ahead of time, but most of the time I print as they're ordered. But you know, I'll put 10 in stock on most items just so that I can keep a hold of orders as they're coming in. That way, you know, I mean, it would be a great problem to have where somebody, you know, people, you know, 100 people come in and all order, you know, 10 models, and then like, oh shit, I can't keep up with that. That'd be a great problem to have. It's not a problem I have right now. But it is, it's something that it kind of control how many orders I get at a time, sort of thing. Ghosty, to answer your question, my overall feeling for these is pretty positive. I mean, this model is solid enough that I don't feel like it's gonna break at all. It's small enough that I don't feel like it needs to be hollowed out either. It didn't take too much resin or anything like that. This right here looks like a gem to me, so I'm going to paint it white so I can put a gemstone over it, gemstone color over it. I like the fact that it's not a whole lot of pieces. Although that other giant guy that we were looking at seemed like he was in too many pieces. This one seemed like it was just the right amount of pieces for me. Because I don't like assembling, really. But I also, if this was part of him, you can see where there's quite a few places that would become difficult to actually get a hold of. Rock fan, I am sorry. I've been looking at my phone, not at the screen, which on the phone I cannot see you. I apologize. Yes, I think anything is better than DHL. I need primer before I order more minis. I don't actually prime my resin minis. When I say I base coated it, it's just the main color that I want everything to look in. With resin, I really don't feel like I need to put a base coat on anything. It's really just about getting color down quickly. But things like that. Oh, my dragon's all tied up. So my little dragon here, when I start painting him, I won't get him sprayed to get a nice base coat on him. I'm just literally going to start slapping paint on him because it just doesn't really need it. Yes, Ghosty, I think we're probably going to end up picking them up. I'm pretty happy with them. I'm looking for colors at the moment, guys. Oh, that's why I can't find them. They're over here. No, it isn't. Oh, it's over here. Haha. I do believe we're going to pick it up. Right now, Dragon Trapper's Lodge, I've literally posted one item from this month's release. That's it. I have been like crazy busy. I can't seem to get anything done. I'm bouncing around getting this done and that done and this done, and nothing's actually being accomplished. So at the moment, I want to say yes. We're going to pick them up. I don't know if it's going to be this month. If I can't get everything else posted, there's no reason to get a new person because I'm not going to be able to get the listings up anyway. Rock fan, I'm looking real quick. Hold on. Okay, you're just saying yes. And I mean, really, like I said, it's a personal preference whether or not you want to prime. Um, for most things, like when I'm doing a Reaper miniature, if it's a metal miniature, I'm priming. Actually, it doesn't matter what brand it is. If it's a metal miniature, I'm priming. You need the prime coat on there to get it to work properly and stay. But I found, and I've used, for a long time, I only used one brand of resin. And I was like, why would I switch resins? I like this resin. It works just fine for me. Oh, those would look really cool, wouldn't it? And then somebody's like, you really just got to try this. So I did. And I was like, oh my God. So way better. So I've used quite a few different resins now. Some that were crap for printing, some that were amazing but very expensive, and some that were, this or that. And even the ones that looked like crap when I painted them or printed them, they didn't hold detail. It was just like, like Ted here has all these, don't be shiny, all these bumps and bruises, not bruises, but all these lumps and all that kind of stuff because he's a toad. He should. But the crap resin that I got rid of just was like, you'd have a little bit of texture and then a big flat section because it just couldn't hold the texture because it was bad resin. But anyway, even that resin, I could paint without having to worry about priming. So realistically speaking, my priming is my base coat of color, whatever I'm going to be using. I'm working on another Pokemon model for the same guy who's getting the ones I showed last week. And this one is... Cora made fun of the way I said it. So now I'm questioning whether I'm saying it right, but it's based on Charizard. That's how you say it. It's like the only one I know by name every time. And now I'm doubting whether I'm pronouncing it correctly. And don't start that crap, because Ty's not here, Golden, so we're not pronouncing any weird words, because that ain't gonna happen. I'll just say Golden put in a weird word, and I'll be done with it. But anyway, so he's based on Charizard, and I'm just gonna keep saying it that way, because I think that's right. But, I just, put reds and oranges, mainly oranges, and the green inside the wings, but I didn't, spray them to all one base coat or primer coat first. I say spray because I mean like literally spray can, because I'm still very ineffective with my airbrush. And I also don't have any more airbrush colors. So I'm going to stick to my spray cans until it's winter and I can't do it anymore. And then I'm forced to use my airbrush again. And then I'll get good at it. That's my plan. Yes, Golden. Words like that. Very pretty word. But that's the extent of that conversation. Even when Ty says it, I can't follow up and say the word. It's just like this block I have. So I should probably be using a bigger brush, but he's got so many areas that go a tight fit, a big, plenty of room, and then a tight fit, and then plenty of room that I'm just sticking to my smaller brush. I love this color. This is probably one of my favorite colors for metallics. This I keep going in this really weird direction. Rough iron, war paints, metallic. I got it with a lot of effort and Ty coaching me through it. So with Ty not in here, I have no coach. Not gonna happen. Who's my go-to band? That is a really hard question because it is all about what I'm doing. Honestly, it varies. It varies so much. It's like so drastic. Painting something like this, I would probably want to listen to. Oh God, I can see his face in my head, and I can't think of his name or the band's name now. They sing BOYB, the bring your own beer thing. They sing that. They sing Toxicity, System of a Down. That's it. That would probably be what I would want to be listening to with this. When I paint my dragon, I'm probably going to be listening to Imagine Dragons. Yesterday, I was on a Flyleaf kick. Oh, no, I used to always say corn. I know what you're saying now. No, I'm actually trying to name the right band now. But realistically, I still say corn if I can't figure out. Sorry, let me read this. So basically, Ty's very, very musically inclined and knows a whole bunch about music, and I don't. And I'm very bad at recognizing songs, especially when he doesn't sing the words. If he tries to just give me the music, I can't identify it. I'm just really bad at that. So he always asked me, do you know what this band is? Do you know who this band is? And I just got fed up with I'm always wrong. So I just started saying corn all the time. But no, I'm actually trying to get the right bands now. So that is a very valid point, Creepshow. But yeah, it is the exact same thing. I just give up and it's like, I don't know. I quit. I'm done. But I have not improved, honestly. Hi, baby. Ties came to check on me. They're making fun of me because I can't identify music and I can't say words. I told Golden that there was gonna be no correct pronunciation or even an attempt at. Ty just walked in. I think I said that already. Never give up, never surrender. Very true. But I told Golden, I'm like, I'm not even gonna attempt the words, so don't even try. And he's like, what do you mean, like words like this? And then he typed, not he didn't say words like this. He said like this, and then typed the worm, the world worm, I think is what it is. Yolengander? Jormungandr. See, even when he says it, I still screw it up. Nope, I'm good. Working our way around his armor. I always feel like I'm cheating when I'm painting armor. Which is silly because, armor's supposed to be shiny, so you'd use a metallic, but For some reason, I feel like I'm cheating because it's just so easy because the metallics do all the work. Your moon gone. See that? I'm looking at yours, and it's your moon gan doctor. That's what I would read that as. Uh, ow. Leaning on my elbow too much. It does feel like extremely quiet in here now. Usually, like when I'm sitting and just painting, I just have music jamming in the background. I probably should have done the speed paints before I did this. That way I would have plenty of time to dry before I was ready to move to that spot. But I didn't do that. That would have been the more intelligent way to do it. He's the world doctor. But that's okay, because I can just move over to, like, the weapon or the base or something instead. That is one nice thing about having a bigger mini, is having plenty of places to work on instead of now I'm sitting and waiting for this to dry, which, a solution to that is painting a bunch of little ones all at the same time. What I'm getting ready to do anyway. I've got like 6 or 7. I've got 4 Doulahan's and then like 6 or 7 different little devil guys that I need to paint. Golden, as far as painting non non-metallic metal, I it's for me it's kind of one of those, I have to do that because I can't afford the metallic paint, and now that I can afford the metallic paint, I'm just going to stick with the metallic paint. I'm good, thanks. I am much happier with this. There's enough other things that I need to improve upon. I don't need to challenge myself with that quite yet. I like all of these. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. So, like, there's the armor right there, but then there's this slash coming down right here. There's another slash coming across right here. There's basically there's weapon scars all over his armor, which is a really nice touch. And it is so hot in this room. I absolutely cannot wait for fall and winter. I hate. I'm not a very pleasant person when it gets too hot. I mean, I'm not a pleasant person in general, but as Creep Show can attest. But I get even meaner when it's hot. Just not a good. I'm not sure what the subject is going to be for tomorrow either. Unfortunately, I always like to put Ty on the spot and make him announce what tomorrow's world building subject will be, but I don't think we're gonna have it. I plead the fifth. No, you can be honest. It's fine. I I've gotten more realistic in my old age. More honest with myself. Just dropping in, knocking paint all around. Need to paint his beard black because we decided it's going to be a salt and pepper beard. So I'm going to take it completely to black and then dry brush in the salt. Yes, I'm getting old. I like getting old though. I like my age. I like getting older. Means I get wiser. I get less people treating me like a child. Not everyone, but less. Honestly, Creepshow, I thought we were like right at the same age. So I guess that's why you're saying I'm not old, because you're not old. It took me a moment, but I got it. Okay, yes. I'm sorry. We're the same age, so I am very young. I'm a child still. Okay, you feel better? I sawdust. I guess Sawdust wouldn't want me to be saying I'm old either, because that means he's really old. Bad time to join, that's all I'm saying. You know I love you. But you are 10 years older than me. Of course, you act about 20 years younger than me. Uh, Creepshow, I have to admit, as the kids have gotten older, I've been able to. Yeah, I find the same thing. Like I don't really, you know, the youngest is 20 now. I don't really need to be a responsible adult anymore. So why the hell should I be? I don't need to set a good example. They've had their father their entire life setting a horrible example. So I've tried to set a few good examples to kind of contradict it. And I've done my job. They're not dead. So honestly, I feel like that's a parent's job. Don't kill them. All we really can hope for. I don't know about anybody else. Does anybody else get tired when they're doing the same color and just like, hey, I'm bored now. I want to be done with this color. Even though I love this color, I want to be done with this color. I want to do something other than this color. I'm almost done with this. You know, I'm putting it under here and it shouldn't be. But I already did it on the other one, so I'm going to do it on this. Technically, underneath all of that would be where his, like, wrappings would be. It'd be leather and wool and things like that to hold on his armor. It wouldn't be more armor. Yay, Lagosaurus! I love Lagosaurus. Alright. I do kind of like this piece on his foot. This like a top or a piece of a ship is what it looks like. And it's makes for a really handy little handhold, honestly. Alright. Now we've got pay attention to what I'm doing. This is what happens when I start to get like annoyed. I'm still on the same color. Stop paying attention and just start slapping it everywhere. Pay attention, and only things on this part of his leg are these. I'm gonna call him a shin guard because I don't know the name of it. Yeah, Golden, I found myself doing that quite a bit. And yeah, anytime I'm ever trying to force anything, painting or drawing or anything like that, it's as soon as you start trying to force it, that's what it looks like. It looks forced. So, or you do things like paint, colors in a place they're not supposed to be. But I can paint over it. It's fine. I think I might have accomplished it. Ah, damn it. Nope. A little spot under here. Almost. All right. Gonna call that color done. I am gonna get out my speed paints. I wish you would just stand up for 5 seconds. There you go. We're gonna use those to do the fleshy skin stuff. Not dead. It's evolution's goal, so I win. That's kind of how I feel. They didn't die, I win. I want you. I don't want that color. I think what I'm going to do. Yes, it's a great handhold until I need to paint it, but my nose is tickling like crazy. Sorry. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is leaving that to the absolute last moment and do everything else. So I think what I'm going to do for the sinew, muscly tone things is I'm going to use my blood red and my leather and kind of combine these because I don't want a bright red and I don't want a brown. I want that joint color. So I'm going to do the red first and then I'll go over it with brown. And this is like super liquid. Oh. The lid popped off. So that's what my palette looks like. So give me a second while I clean up a little bit. Trying to get some of the paint back in the bottle. And it looks like someone has bled all over the place. I have to say that is legitimately the first time that has ever happened with an army painter's paint bottle. It is absolutely not the first time that has happened with paint bottles to me. The worst one was I was almost done with a paint job. I was like legitimately getting gold to do a few little touches, a few little highlights here and there, and that was it, right? Oh, is that the corgis to make me feel better about what just happened? Um, and my bottle, I was trying to open it and I exploded my bottle all over the model and myself and the floor and everything else. And it was the worst ever because I ruined the paint job. It was so bad. Okay, that's as cleaned up as I'm going to get right now. Uh I wonder if we just died. Not sure if we're still alive because my phone like locked up on me. Nope, I think we're okay. I think the lag monster hit me again. Okay. So that was bad. What anyway? Well, there's plenty of paint to use now. So I should double check my hands. I think I'm okay. So you see what I mean? Of like this red is just way too red. But after I put the brown on there as well, it won't be so bad. Like, I don't want to put it on the kneecaps. Those are definitely just bone. Cool. I couldn't tell if my phone just locked up or what, so figured just to be on the safe side, I would just keep swimming. Sorry. Stop myself before I go too far in that one. Sorry about the lag. Our internet apparently hates the heat as much as I do. Now I'm really curious if something is like really wrong because Ty came out. Well, my phone went like black screen like we had gone offline. But I couldn't tell if it was my phone or if I had actually gone offline, so I just kept going, figuring that if we'd actually gone off, then like that would go too. Or you would come out and say we had fallen off. That's okay, I'm wearing it. So I'm glad you could smell the color. And that's also why I have this map on Kai's beautiful desktop. Wrapped like this. Like I said, it's never happened with that bottle type to me. The Reaper bottles get clogged quite a bit. So it happens a lot with those, and I'm usually prepared for it. I was not prepared for it with this one. Not even close. But I did manage to get most of the paint back into the bottle, which is nice. Because I only have one bottle of the red. I would be sad to be out of that. Honestly, I'm going to be sad when I'm out of my speed paints at all. Because I've been really pretty happy with them. I know some people have had some issues with them, but I haven't really had any issues. Just trying to get these other little areas. It feels weird not going on the kneecap, but I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Now we have to leave that alone to dry. I'm gonna come over here to bed. This one's trying to do it to me. I hate that about paint bottles. Still pour it out too much. Like, you either have not enough or way too much. That's the only options when it comes to paint bottles. Oiled leather color. I don't know why I keep fighting with that paintbrush when it's making me mad. That's that one that has the stupid little spare brush. Or bristle, not brush. See, this is why it'd be good to have music going. I just wouldn't get so bored with the silence. Start doing little details and I kind of stop talking. So, anyway. See, what time is it? 7:30. So I don't know if we're going to finish this one. We might. I surprise myself. Regardless. If I don't finish it, I obviously will just keep painting on this tomorrow. But if we do finish it, I will probably bring out some of the commission pieces that I need to get done. Work on those. Because they're kind of starting to pile up on me. Again, a good problem to have. Not piling up and they fall over, and that's a bad thing. Horrible joke, sorry. Ah, the side bristle tries to help. Oh, hey, let me get that little piece over there while you're working. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels of like, oh, right here, right here. You want paint right here, right? No. Oh, here, let me get it for you. Usually pretty good about just giving my brush a haircut, but sometimes I get really pissed off. Shh. Sleeps with the face. But this brush is doing a very good job. Being very friendly. Doing exactly what I wanted to do. Sorry, I really wasn't paying attention to my monitor over here. Happens. Detail work means I stop talking, and this is when it's nice to have Tyler with me. Oh, I usually have 2 or 3 days a week at least that I'm working on painting stuff. And so far this week, this is the first time I've painted, which sucks. I like to paint way more than that, but I've not had the time. Oh. Head of the axe is definitely the best place to hold it because it doesn't twist in my hand at all. Um, trombone. The answer is because my hand is a lot closer than the palette is. And at the moment, my palette is also like full of fill. So I don't really want to use my palette right now. Yeah, I've been doing a lot better about not doing that. It was really bad before I started wearing gloves. And then I started wearing gloves, and then I kind of stopped putting paint on myself, which seems really backwards. But when I'm doing little details where my brush dries out quite quickly, I like to have the paint much closer. And the palette right here in front of me would be nice, but that's also how I end up with paint in my lap. Because I'm kind of a klutz. Hence the palette full of red paint. Like crap. Oh, thank you. Damn it, I missed the bomb. Thank you for the bits, Sawdust. Yeah, it really is just about getting quick access to the paint that dries out really quickly. I heard a pretty noise, but I missed the notification. I'm sorry. Thank you for the pretty noise. I don't know what it was. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide. I Like I have all these like kind of Celtic-y knot looking things in here, and I'm trying to decide what color to put there. I don't want to use the same leather color. Maybe I should put that on him first. Because I do want to put that same leather on his cloth here and his like leather wrappings and stuff. So I'm going to use that. Excuse me. This color while I got it. Now, whatever, I need a darker brown, I think, because I think I can use that same color for Spinny McGee over here. Same color for my ship handhold over here. Sorry. Pay attention to damn where the thing is. The camera. Words have left me. Absolutely should switch brushes, but I'm not going to. That's another thing I'm really bad about, is switching brushes. I spill paint, I put paint on my hands, and I don't change brushes when I should. I think I want all these little tokens hanging off of him to be wooden as well. So maybe what I'll do is find a nice deep wood color and use that for the Celtic knot thingy. Shit. Damn it, Cora. Use those for the Celtic knots and for the tokens and the ship base that my hand is currently holding on to. I think Zombie Cora has been hanging out, kind of half listening most of the show, but you never can tell. Most of the time, honestly, they're asleep very soon for, they go to work fairly early in the morning. I really should use my wet palette way more than I do. I enjoy it, but I tend to just use a dry palette. I'd say 95-ish% of the time. And it's not because it's like the wet palette's not difficult to set up and use or anything like that. It's just, no, I have no just. I literally don't know why I use my dry palette way more. It's over now. Fixed fries there, right? I don't want to get his beard done soon. Really just a matter of putting the black on there so that I can salt and pepper him. Okay, well, they go to work fairly early, but they also get off work at like 2 p.m. So, not a bad deal. You get 95% of your day is your day. And if they didn't act like they were, 50, They could actually stay up later, but they like their sleep. Important question. Okay, I'm paying attention. I'm going to take a drink while I wait for the important question from Rockfan. And I guarantee you I have a really stupid answer for you. Multiple times, yes, I got my fries. Cora actually got me fries again today. So, I have had my... Well, I was about to say I've had my fill of fries, but that's not a thing. Never a thing. There aren't enough fries in the world for me to get my fill of fries, but yes, I did get fries. And I was happy. I know what it was now. Completely, like, way back off topic. I remember now what broke me of putting paint on my hands. It was my friend, Jake. He challenged me and said that every time I put paint on my hands, I had to make a little painting on my hand. If I put paint on my hands, I had to make it pretty. Have to do something with it. And after about the third little scene that I painted on my hands, I stopped putting paint on my hands. But apparently I have fallen back into that habit. It has been a while since I've done it. Now I'm just doing it constantly with this color. But that's okay. Has the altar of the no, it has not been used yet. Yes, I have pictures in Discord. Feel free to take a look and pick what you would like. Because I did good. Like 2 weeks in a row now, I've remembered to get the pictures ready for Alter the Stream. Although I think you guys prefer when I forget, and then you can just pick whatever the hell you want. Do-do-do. Waiting to hear the noise of it, and I'm like mentally preparing myself to not jump, which I think is going to make me jump worse.
This is Dr. Peter J. Crypt, and I have a warning for you. Someone has altered the stream.
Alright, what are we painting? Oh, yes, the turtles. So, like, they have this whole collection of them. That one I'm going to paint the boss, because it's the biggest one. So a lot more armor as well. But it's fun. Oh, wait, there was two different ones that they... Thank you. That's what I was just about to say, was there's the boss and then there's the druid. The druid is really freaking cool looking, too. Just remembered that, sorry. So, good timing. Okay. Let's get some black on that beard. Oh, I gotta find the black. And on your hand. Oh, wrong black. This seems like it is dead. Might have the tiniest bit in here. Yes, I do. Leo. Oh, my hands are a mess tonight. But cleanup is nice and easy with these gloves. Oh. Alright. Look, I'm switching brushes. A bigger brush to cover more area quickly. Alright, I just keep checking my hands to make sure that I can grab and not get paint where I don't want paint. Oh, he's got seaweed in his beard, too. I grabbed my carbon gray instead of black. But I think it'll still give the right effect. Because I legitimately have no idea where my black is. I think my white is all gone. See, it's so nice when I can just put a dot. Not a lot. That one didn't get me. I'm not sure why not, but it did not. That's okay. You can earn points super quick anyway. He's got a couple of pieces of seaweed in here that I'm going to have to turn green. I think what I'm going to do is put a dark shade in there. Excuse me while I dig for that. My black ink. Bye, Creep Show. And hi, Alexis. Then once this is dry, I'll hit it with the white highlight again. We should have a pretty good salt and pepper beard at that point. I kind of like to do highlights and then my shade, and then sometimes I come back again with another highlight. Don't always, but I do quite a bit. While I've got this shade, go kind of around his teeth. Trying to be real careful. Just to make him look a little bit more menacing. Add some darkness in his eye. You know, maybe I don't want to add darkness in his eyes. I think I might make his eyes glow a little bit. Quack. Nope, I'm going to save that for later. I'm not going to do that yet because I may have to do something else that's going to ruin my glow effect. So I'm going to use the brown. Where is that? Did I put that away when I put the red away? I really don't even have that many paints out, but I can't seem to find the paint I want. I did put that paint away. Okay. Don't spill on me. Now I'm just going to use the quick speed paint over the red to kind of tone that red down. Clean my brush. Ugh. A little bit of paint left on the table over here too. Technically, I can use this shade over the, or the quick paint over the leather that I put on here too. It'll give it a nice tone. Catch my puddles. I go over all of these white spots because they look too white to me. Putting that red on doesn't mean I won't come back over it with a white dry brush and brighten it back up, but for right now I gotta tone it somehow. A little too much for me. Oh, my handhold's not working. Those little flames are super cute. Literally losing my grip on this guy. Shit! Hi, Gareth. That got me. Didn't act surprised that it got me, but it... I'm just slapping paint on at this point. Made a mess, and now I'm cleaning it up by throwing more paint at it. Actually, I did accidentally put a little bit of paint somewhere I didn't mean to. I liked how it looks, so now I'm doing it all over. For some reason, my Alexa thought I was talking. Alexa is talking in the background. There, I think she figured it out. Not talking to her. So weird. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna look at text now. Thank you, Gareth. Ty is resting at the moment. too many very, very long nights. So I am trying to pay attention to chat. I don't do it as well as he does. Oh, I'm fairly happy with this model. It printed really well first try. No issues. Their supports worked just fine. So I'm pretty happy overall with the modeler and the model. Just trying to see if I've missed anything. I mean, I know I haven't hit his face, but I don't want to. I really just don't want to. Because I think I'm going to let those areas dry. Then tomorrow I'll probably come back over with highlights on these guys. Okay. I'll lay you back down over here. Yeah, flooding streets is not exactly a fun thing to deal with. Got paint all over me. Okay. I have to pick a brown now. Go with saddle brown. I have my phone. It's sitting right here so I can read my phone. But the problem is that, and it's like I'm painting right here. The phone is right there. The issue though is I can't see Rockfan, who's watching on YouTube. I can't see them on my phone, so I have to look up at the monitor every now and again to see if Rockfan said anything. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good at keeping up with it. I've missed a few things. And I'm not nearly as good at like Ty like reads everything out because Rockfan can't see what you guys are saying, and I don't think you guys can see what Rockfan is saying. Um so it's very nice to read everything out so that everyone can see everything, hear everything. But I'm not doing that very well. I'm trying. Detail work means I shut up. Sorry. Don't like this color. Deeper. So I am going to switch over to ebony flesh. Oh, that's not. I am making a mess of my paint. I put my paint bottle back without remembering to put the little dispenser in there. And I'm storing my paint upside down now, so it didn't make a huge. I was lucky that time. That's a much better brown. I don't even know what time it is. Okay, I'm okay. Yeah, we're not going to finish this tonight, but we can finish tomorrow. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to finish. So many little details on it, you know? That is officially all finished up. That's really all that matters. Sorry, guys. I know. It's like really super interesting for me to sit here and be silent, but it's what happens when I paint details. I love this little dragon head over here on the back side of the axe. Pretty. I feel like its eyes would have had a gemstone in it. Probably put something shiny there. Probably go with this really bright blue that's on the base. I love this axe. It is so awesome. Grabbing onto it like it's not got wet paint on the backside of it. Sorry. I'm even struggling to think of anything to say at the moment as well. Okay, I cheated Lashiko, and I'm sorry. I was looking at my phone and I saw it come up before it made the noise, so I was giggling before it happened. I apologize. I should have been startled. You paid good points for me to be startled, and it didn't work. I apologize. Trying to decide what color the axe head should be. I have a couple of different shades of silver, of like a gunmetal gray, and then I have like silver. Uh, what is that one called? There's tainted gold. I have chrome. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. That's when it gets you. Have weapon bronze, bright gold. That one. True copper. Evil chrome. I mean, I've got like, I don't know. I don't know what color I want it to be. Maybe I should do this outer piece a different color and then like the inners, have a different shade in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, la 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 la. Bronze sounds cool. Thinking is definitely the way I was thinking going. Copper. Weapon bronze. There we go. The evil chrome is actually fairly close to it. So this is the evil chrome and this is the bronze, the weapon bronze. So I think I'll do the outer edge, this, and then I'll do the inside, this. Dump everything up. Let's do the inside first. Move. My little rolly cart of paints is getting too close. It's cramping my style, man. It's cramping my style. Just deciding what brush to use. Trying to go like really, really lightly on it so I don't get down in the grooves. So that brown color kind of still shows through. Yeah, like that. Of course, he also does have a whole bunch of swords in his back. So probably end up painting those like my gunmetal gray and then using I swear I just heard a firework go off again. Using my two technicals that make everything look rusted. Now this is what's really going to bring it to life. This is that whole section around the outside. Will now look like a proper weapon. Henchman on a break. Sorry, I'm not reading again. I'm sorry. Sawdust says Evil Chrome, the opening act for the grill. Show opening at 9. But he wants to change the opening band name to Henchman on a Break. Uber. Oh, thank you, Sawdust. Oh, I'm going to watch for the bomb this time. That was a good one. Never should it be like such a joy to watch exploding corgis. That shouldn't be a fun thing, but it is. It's bad, right? That's a bad thing. I don't know why I picked up the brush with the stupid extra bristle, but I did. Okay. It's not really doing a bad job at the moment. How pretty. Here, you stupid camera. Okay. Just trying to focus on that. It won't. I know the autofocus is working. It was working earlier. Okay, maybe I'll do it up here. There we go. That's better. And autofocus was working so well earlier. Yeah, coming back and doing all of these little, oh crap, what's the word? Damn it. These little things, little white things, the shells that grow on barnacles. Coming back and doing all these little barnacles and seaweed are going to be a lot of fun. Oh, thank you, Gareth. Pretty robots. Oh, you're going to overflow. Oh, you almost had it. You almost had it. You lost one. Now you're killing robots, man. Come on. That was a pretty good explosion. I think the corgi heads flew up higher, though. I think there's something wrong with that. That's definitely not a sentence that I thought I would ever say in life. And just that quickly, the axe head looks like an axe head. Just a reminder, guys, we will be at CantCon at the end of the month in Kansas City area. If you are in that area, you absolutely should check it out. Just so you can come by and scare the crap out of me in person, or check out all the other amazing vendors that are going to be there. Including Dorky Dino and Parlor Games and Chainmail. Oh my god, I was just playing with Cora's bracelet that Chainmail made them. And I'm gonna have to get myself one because it's fun. I need one of my own. Okay. So the base kind of has this bright blue color on it already. So I'm thinking that I'm going to use this as my gemstone color for, which I don't know if there's actually a gem in there, but I feel like there should be. Well, see, now we're definitely going to overflow with the corgis. The cup cannot contain that many corgis. Oh, there they go. Just subtle little bloop, 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 bloop. Not as gently as my paint flowed all over the table earlier. Okay. Little screaming head. Okay, now that was probably the best explosion. Oh, by the way, and thank you guys. I appreciate it. I do. Yeah. I feel like it's like not focusing. There we go. That looks good. So now, got my little devil guy. I'm just going to lean my axe right in here. Going to hold on to it for me while it dries. And since I liked how this blue turned out, I'm going to use it on this gem. And quick, everybody say hi to Beardman. I don't think he's going to turn on Beardman cam, but he is there.
I am barely here.
I am honestly surprised he's awake.
Been watching. Anyway.
They're having a fun with the explosions.
I caught one on the phone.
That was a good one too. Oh, sorry, Gareth, I just saw that. Probably. Considering that I just dumped most of my red. My red took a spillage today. So I had, this was actually almost full, and it's now down to about there, where I managed to catch it. But yeah, we had a massive spill of contrast paint today. But I know that some people have had issues with the contrast paints, but I've been really happy with them. So yeah, I probably will be picking them up.
Fun.
Okay, everyone, stop talking about poop. No, I've been really happy with mine, so yeah, I probably will pick them up. Just don't know when. Also just realized, because my Bearded Dragon's light went out on our timer, I don't actually know what time it is right now.
8:25.
I then should not be starting something new. You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to paint my handhold. Since I'm almost done for the night, I might as well ruin the place where I hold on to them, so that I can pick them up again tomorrow. My stream is definitely on a delay.
Yeah, hello.
That's okay. We don't mind delay. So, Ty, I know you're like super tired and everything, but have you thought about tomorrow's talking points or discussion, or the words are not here with me? Topic, the freaking topic is what I was trying to get at.
Have not. I'm gonna have to focus it in the morning.
Okay. I just like putting you on the spot.
Oh, that's fine. As soon as we come up with something, I'll get it on Discord, though.
Cool. I still have a lot of work to go on this guy. So I will be continuing him tomorrow. And then next week I'll be painting the Druid Turtle. from Bite the Bullet.
Portal, that's awesome.
Thought us picked it. I was pretty excited because he's a turtle.
Gareth says, I'm treating myself to a full set. I like the contrast better than the speed paints, and I was talking about the new Citadel contrast paints.
Yeah, sorry, I saw a post. As soon as Ty started reading it, I realized that I'd misspoken. But I was reading a post about the new speed paint collection. So that's what was in my head. I didn't realize there was new contrasts out. My white. Oh. Literally moved it out of my way to look behind it. No, I did not realize there was a new contrast paints coming out, so I have to look at that. Because I do have a handful of the Citadel ones, and I've been really happy with them too. I despise this. Hate these freaking jars, pods, whatever. I hate them. They're stupid heads, and I hate them. Putting a little salt back in his beard. But other than that, yeah, I've been happy with those as well. So, yes, I will probably pick that up. I just had to get a bunch of new grass because I almost out of grass. So I'm kind of stuck on turf at the moment. Still waiting for 3 pieces to come in. Okay, I'm going to stop. I don't know why I'm fiddling. Stop. So tomorrow we will be doing more work on this guy. There's his base. Kind of goes basic, I think, about like that. That's not how he. So I'll be doing more work to maybe finish him up. Maybe not. We'll see. Head, it's all done. So he looks awesome. He's been sitting here watching us all night. But tomorrow we'll be world building and finishing up. I don't know his name. I immediately went to Tom Jones. I don't know why. I didn't give him a name yet. Oh,
Thane
Hulgrof, his name is
the
Thane.
Drowned.
Okay. So we'll be finishing up Thane. And if I finish him all the way while we're still working, then I will go back to working on my big old devil who's sitting right here with currently holding Thane's weapon for me. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of commission pieces I need to work on anyway. So I will work on those, and that is going to be it for tonight, guys. And we will see you tomorrow, 7:30, right here, with less paint on. Not no paint, just less paint.